G'day fellas and welcome back. I hope you guys have been doing alright lately and oh man, this video is probably gonna get me a bit of hate, but well, it was one of those games I had recently and I was just like, I just need to share this one. I'm playing a Musashi here and I'm in a top tier game against tier 7s in this matchmaking. And we've just gone ahead and we've just double citadeled that Buffalo straight off the beginning of this game. I know more spoilers than that, but this is going to be one of those matches, yeah, that feels pretty special. Now, for those of you guys who probably don't know, what is the Musashi? Well, it's a sister ship of the Yamato. It's a tier 9 premium in game. Unlike the Yamato, you've got much worse secondary / AA armament, because this is in her historical configuration when she was sunk. And, well, this thing is just kind of stupid. Now, for those of you guys who really love the Yamato, I mean, when you have 460mm caliber guns and you have that at tier 10, it's quite brutal because you can overmatch, well, all the battleship's bows and everything. That's quite an important thing to have. Cheeky little first kill there on the Georgia, get rid of him early. But yeah, what happens if you take those same guns and you stick it down an entire tier? And yeah, Musashi's quite brutal in that aspect. She does obviously have, as I was saying before, worse AA, etc. Because, well, historical configuration of Yamato after Musashi was lost in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. Yeah, Yamato had a big upgrade to her AA suite, but obviously, as you guys probably know, if you know your history, Operation 10 Go when Yamato was sunk didn't really help her too much at the end by that point of the war. But anyways, Musashi at tier 9. Her other main downside compared to the Yamato is the fact that she just has worse dispersion overall. In comparison to the Yamato, not only does she have the worst dispersion, but she can't mount the legendary mod, which is quite famous on Yamato. But you don't need a legendary mod if you have a Valparaiso, or however you say that ship, turning broadside onto you. I mean, that was satisfying, because that thing could have been an absolute nightmare to deal with, especially if they got within secondary battery range. And, well, I don't have any regrets getting rid of him early in this game. And, yeah, well, we're about, what's that, just over 6 minutes in now? Nearly 100,000 damage. I mean, this ship is just so much fun. Now, if you wanted to get this ship, I'm gonna have to regret to inform you that it's not easy to get this ship these days. I was very, very fortunate, and way back when this ship was available for coal, yes, you heard me correctly, this ship used to be available for coal, as well as free experience as well. If you can believe it or not, we're going quite a while back in time now for that, but yeah, so you could get this ship for either coal or free experience. I picked it up for coal before it was removed, and I am so glad I got this ship. It is, it is my most played ship in the entire game. Judge me, bully me, however you want to, but for a long time it was my only tier 9 premium. And it took me quite a while to grind through to the Yamato, so I wanted to play the Yamato experience, and without having the Yamato, well, Musashi was the perfect ship. Now, as you can see, when you do get these kind of down tiers, this ship stomps like no other. However, where you're going to fall down, especially as if carriers start focusing you got... I'm sorry. That shooting by me was absolutely atrocious. I'm sorry. That was atrocious. I didn't account for the fact that the Buffalo would turn out, and yeah, that kind of hurt me there. But yes, as I was going to say, like, whilst this ship can absolutely bully people, especially if they're showing broadside to you, lower tier battleships that try to go bow in, they're not going to do a huge amount against you. But stuff like HE spam, stuff like, well, goodbye Buffalo, that was like 3 citadels on him in this entire game. He had a fun experience, didn't he? But yeah, trying to deal with this thing, especially as lower tier ships, you kind of struggle. You really need to hit, well, a lot of torpedoes on this thing, but this thing's got a pretty strong torpedo belt as well, and it's not easy to deal with it as a lower tier ship. If you're like something like a carrier, or you've got a lot of HE spam, you can do some massive damage to it. And over time especially, I know there's not necessarily as much superstructure as on the Yamato, but still fairly chunky, especially in comparison to some other battleships. And, well, if you manage to get some good AP salvos, especially into the cheek Citadel weakness, which is the same as you can find on the Yamato, this thing does... It can be Citadel quite easily. But when you're a lower tier ship, say this Scharnhorst B, for example, that's on the enemy team, he is never going to Citadel me, especially if I decide to angle in towards him. Now, we're just taking pot shots here at this Sawami, and, well, we do manage to get rid of him there for our 4th kill now. And, well, this Scharnhorst is kind of doing the only thing he can at the moment, and that's, well, spamming HE at me, because, well, he's never going to do some massive damage with his AP, because, well, having these lower caliber guns on a battleship, battle cruiser? I'm going to call Scharnhorst a battleship. Fight in the comments about whether it's a battleship or battle cruiser. But, yeah, this is... I'm sorry, this ship is so much fun. I know obviously I made a video recently about the Shikishima, and I love the Shikishima, but then again, I'm just a big sucker for these Yamato type ships. And, well, if you really like those ships, obviously just get the Yamato. There's nothing quite like the Yamato that's freely accessible. I say freely accessible because obviously Musashi, it's behind all the loot boxes and Christmas and stuff, and which is quite annoying to get. Or it's been available, I think, what was it, once? And, well, that's something else, by the way. We just shut down the Scharnhorst there, picked up a Kraken, and look at the heal we got. I know we have our normal heal running at the moment, but getting this heal as well from Yamamoto, yeah, just for free. And, well, what is this poor Nagato meant to do? I mean, really, there's not much this dude can actually do in this situation here. That's a Confederate there as well, nearly 200,000 damage. And I was just, when I was playing this game, I was just cackling. It really is easy pickings in a situation like this. Now, yeah, once again, as I was saying, especially if you're fighting your tier... That was a sick help, gee. 6 kills. Oh, man, it's ridiculous. This ship, I just find so much fun. And I know it's a little bit of a case of it. It's hard to get. You can't really... It's not really obtainable. It is kind of busted. But it's fun. I'm sorry, I offer no apologies. Hate me for whatever, but it's just one of those ships. If you manage to get it to pick one up, I hope you enjoy it so incredibly much. I got a little bit annoyed there, I will admit, because I just missed out on the kill on the cargo, and it's just because I was never going to get the salvo in time before the friendly Valkyrie, so finished them off. I take a pot shot here at the Jupiter 42 as well. The dispersion looks good, and only 2 pens. Dispersion was too good, and they went a little bit short, and unfortunately the Jupiter 42 is going to go down to the friendly destroyer there, / friendly carrier. And the last chance we have here is trying to see if we can get the shores here. But yeah. This ship is ridiculous. If you manage to get one, congrats to you. But if you can't get it, just grind out Yamato. Like, especially if you get down tier to tier 8, you're going to be functioning basically the exact same way. And you do have the benefits if you do have the legendary mod. Chuck another salvo here at the shores. And unfortunately, because it's a tier 7, we just overpen on him. But regardless. One of my favorite ships in the entire game. I hope you guys had a bit of a guilty pleasure watching this game. Yes, that was an expert badge there as well. Unfortunately, replay's balked. You can't quite see it. 6 ships sunk, 4 citadels. Kraken. Yeah, I mean. Well, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this. It was a guilty pleasure for me to have. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, everyone.